They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my lives. Yes, you said. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. Look, ain't no remorse in my bloodstream. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. There was design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. About to go dumb, yeah, bitch be on guard. Yeah, ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I go with the fuck. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this door, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about any part. I need a Vaselina like my Nina puff apart. Took a sock, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Hopper. Try to hope me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking notes. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I make hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that business like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, the whole court. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, told that bitches either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our court. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the count and when you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and outdone. You can't do with them steps. Them niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I read that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole part. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our car. And I just made the call. We gon' start another war. Yeah. Backstage.
Yeah, nigga. Fake ass nigga.
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch.
What you talking about?
If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, but he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named Slayer. What you think? Boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All the hoes wanna take my piece. All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walk around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the shorter and I show her. She could never get a priest hold. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jury. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. And a sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that big mugger. I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, but he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named Slayer. What you think? Boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, none of me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, the clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you're scoring off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Commander General get a damn order, but ain't nothing to me to damn kill you. I stuck in his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga on war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood or hood? More than you, bitch.
Christ said we ain't gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
All right, Most High in Christ. Hey, Shalom Israel, I'm preaching over to 5,000. Shalom Yalla. I'm holding the Brotherhood class down today, real quick. All right, we're going to get kind of straight to the point. We all know that brotherhood is something that's essential, something that we need out here in our neighborhoods and communities, something that we need to provoke the Most High God to send our King Yahushua back to destroy this filthy, disgusting, nasty society that we live in, this oppressive hellhole that we reside in. You know, brotherhood and sisterhood is a necessity in order, once again, like I said, to provoke the Most High God to send his son and our King, Yahushua, back to take the heads off these oppressors, heathens, and enemies that have continued to destroy us for the past thousands of years. You understand? So, as you already noticed, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge come out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana, who is the one and only true leader of this nation, never folded, never bent, never broke, stand firm, stand strong, and is a great example for young black men such as myself and the men that I labor with and go to war with every single day. He is the prime example. You understand what I'm saying? We've been banging this thing out since 1969, and we are the home of the truth. And we are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group, any other organizations, no Christians, Muslims, whatever else, Buddhists, whatever else garbage is out there. We're not affiliated or associated with it on no level at all. You understand? We strive on keeping these laws and commandments, and we strive on our brotherhood. You understand? That's what we strive on. That's what we bank on. That's what we push, promote, and that's what we live. You understand? Now, there's a few things that can interrupt the brotherhood. When I say interrupt the brotherhood, I am not speaking about inside the walls of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Once again, I'm not speaking about under the banner of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. This brotherhood is bond. This brotherhood is solid, tight. You understand what I'm saying? But in our communities, we lack brotherhood because we are so distracted by the traps and holes and deception of this oppressor that we serve under. We're absolutely distracted, confused, misled, misguided. We're given a smoke screen. I mean, we believe in this, you know, lifestyles of the rich and famous type of lifestyle, and we'll do anything to get it. How do we know that? Listen to the music that's put out there. Everybody's about mansions and pool parties and freaking off and lesbianism and freaky sex and twerking and sleeping with this man's woman and stealing this and robbing this and selling this, and I mean, it's just ridiculous. You understand? It's ridiculous. The music nowadays has absolutely no substance. There's no you can't show a woman that you're in love with her no more. You know, you got to be hardcore, treat her like a slut, and she don't mind. She don't mind because she thinks that she should act like a slut. You understand? You got all this alternative lifestyle living. You understand what I'm saying? Where it's cool to go ahead and insert yourself into another man, or a woman to insert her tongue into another woman, and so forth and so on. These things have became a habit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's something that's like not unusual. You know, it's unusual if you're not with that. You know what I'm saying? Or you know that you don't agree with that. You know, that's unusual. Actually, they call it hateful now. Point being, you know, what's holding our people up is the fact that we are full of lust. You understand? We as a people are full of lust, and we'll do anything to satisfy our belly. We'll do anything to satisfy our private parts. Whatever makes you have an orgasm, whatever makes you full and gives you the itis, whatever can make you happy. You understand? Lust is a lust-driven demon that's inside of you. You understand what I'm saying? And of course, I'm not knocking my brothers and sisters in the world that are going through that, because of course, at one point in time, I went through it. A lot of men went through it. A lot of sisters went through it. The point is not going through it. The point is overcoming it. That's the point. You understand? And the first thing that we have to do is realize that that's a demon that's inside of us, is that we are full of lust. You understand? And you can test, I won't say you can test it out, but I got certain little pet peeves of mine. It disturbs me when, you're sitting there watching television and maybe a Wendy's commercial come on, they got the brand new double stacked greasy cheeseburger with this, that, and on it, and someone says, "Oh," they got to get up and go get it right now. That's right. They got to get it right now. I'm going to get that right now. But they can't even control themselves. Like they got to get it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you ever see when they got the Jordans coming out? Right. I mean, the line is 3 blocks down. 3 blocks down to get a pair of sneakers. You understand what I'm saying? Right. It's just like this driven lust and greed and hunger that they have for these worldly stupid things. And if that same drive that we had to obtain those things, if we had that drive for the Most High God, Christ would have returned already. Right. We would have this kingdom. Go ahead, Mapanza, what you got?
Like you, sir, yeah, and you got to remember, this is on ninja time. Like 2, 3 in the morning, you got the Mickey D's open. Yeah. You got the strip club open. Absolutely. Crack. Dope man on the corner where you could go inside your bag in the ATM and pull it out. Yeah. And you just get all lust you can get in just 1 hour. On the 1 hour, you can just do anything.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. That's they say the freaks come out at night. It don't necessarily mean they got to be a sexual freak, but all types of freaks come out at night. Right. You know what I'm saying? So not saying nobody shouldn't go out at night. But what I'm saying is, if you're lust driven, you are seeking and you are asking for trouble. You understand? And if you are full of lust, you cannot have no brotherhood in you. You can't have no sisterhood in you. You understand what I'm saying? So listen real quick. Pull up 2 Samuel and go to chapter 11. All right, we're gonna start there real quick. We're gonna go over a story that I'm sure brothers and sisters are familiar with. Is it 2 Samuel, right? Yeah, 2 Samuel, chapter 11. All right, we're gonna go over just a quick story, and I know that brothers and sisters are familiar with the story, but I want to drill it in real quick. I want to brand your spirit and your soul with this, because this is a heavy story. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that takes place to this very day. The scriptures say there's nothing new under the sun. Right. Nothing new under the sun. For anybody that's watching, please, sign in, like, share, comment. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you share, tag all your friends. So let's push this righteousness the same way the wicked push the wickedness. You understand? Even more. Let your righteousness be more aggressive than their wickedness. You understand? Let's push this and share it. You understand? It's not for views. It's for saving somebody's spirit out there. Right. Man. It's for saving your brother, your sister out there, man. This world is disgusting and nasty. You understand? What's going on now with Keke Palmer? Is she still being talked about? Keke Palmer, and she broke up with a man or whatever the case may be, and she ain't married, she got a ring on it and all of that. You understand? And that's how some sisters might start thinking now. I'm single till I get a ring on it, but you're giving up your box. Right. That means you ain't got no value on your own. Your own vagina has no value. A valueless vagina. Who wants that? You understand? No value. You understand? That's a disgusting, nasty example that she's setting for young black women. When I say black, I mean all the tribes. You understand? That's a disgusting, nasty example she set showing her cheeks to a man that allegedly gave another man herpes. She didn't even care about the herpes. She just want to get up there and just grind on the man and let him and play with him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, I'm not knocking the brother Usher. I don't know if he got herpes or not. I'm not saying he does. I'm just saying allegedly. These are the allegations I believe in, and the premise of the lawsuits on him is that he was giving people herpes or something like that, and specifically this man. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, point being, a lot of sexual freaky nastiness in that one little scene. You understand what I'm saying? Usher know that woman has a man.
Right.
He should have been like, "Yo, chill, sis." You know what I'm saying? No, we're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Gave her the cold shoulder, turned his back, or walked off or something. You know what I'm saying? Let her know you don't play like that. That's not how I play.
Right.
Don't play with me like that. I'm, very serious. Because if you're gonna be doing all of that, then, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Other than that, that woman's a married woman. When I say marriage, somebody is sticking a rod in her box. So she's married according to the scriptures, and he should have backed off. But anyway, that's a whole other topic. It's kind of, sort of, you know what I'm saying? But the lust of our brothers and sisters is what's destroying this community. And this oppressor knows it. This oppressor knows that if they can keep God's chosen people lusting, then they can keep on winning. They can keep on rising to the top. But the bad thing about the oppressor rising to the top is that he is stepping on the children of Israel to get to the top. You understand? We are the oppressor's stairs to the top. Most stairs are made of wood, or something like that, and put some carpet on the steps and all that, and you walk up them steps to go to wherever you're going. Some stoops are made of concrete. You know what I'm saying? You go to you live in an apartment building, maybe the staircase, those are stone steps walking up. But for the oppressor, those are not stone steps that he's walking up. Those are not wooden steps he's walking up. Those are children of Israel's backs that he's walking up to get to the top. And we are allowing it.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? You know why? Because we fall for the things he throws in our face and we lust for it. We just lust for it. You understand? And the more we decide to sell our ass, is the more that he just knows that we're weak. And we continue to be weak and really think we're strong. And really we're not. You understand? Really we're not. But in the Israelite School UPK, we have the remedy. You understand? We have the solution for the pollution. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we're going to keep on pushing. Please like and share. I want y'all to go on your YouTube, or what is it, Facebooks and all that? Share it. So give me a second. Let me share the class for a second. Give me a second. Sorry to interrupt or to pause. But make sure y'all keep that in your mind. Please get your pens and your pads and your notebooks and all that. Let's write some of these precepts down for the brothers and sisters that may have heard them. Excuse me, may not have heard them before. Let's see if we can get your notebooks out. And don't be bashful, man. Take some notes, ask some questions, whatever the case may be. Go ahead and drop some information in that comment box, and let's get busy, all right? Now, so we want to start off real quick. We want to go into a story about lust, about lack of brotherhood, about lack of sisterhood. You understand? We're going to go into a quick story, which I'm sure you're familiar with, but we're going to go over it real quick, and it's going to be in 2 Samuel's. I want everybody to get their 2 Samuel's. You understand what I'm saying? When everybody got it, please just say "con" so we can rock on, all right? Don't be scared now. Say it now.
2 Samuel chapter 11, verse 1.
Nice and loud so the people can hear you, all right?
No, God.
Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah. Drop some information in that comment box. Hold on there. There we go.
I cannot pop. You have it?
Sir.
All right, let's read it nice and loud so the people can hear you.
On God, 2 Samuel chapter 11, verse 1. And it came to pass, after the year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle, that David sent Joab and his servants with him in all Israel, and they destroyed the children of Ammon.
So this is King David, he sent his soldiers out there. They went and destroyed the filthy, disgusting, stinking Ammonites, who according to the scriptures, are Japanese. You know what I'm saying? So-called Japanese. All right. That's what society calls them. So they went out to fight some heathens. I'll put it nice and simple and short and to the point. Okay. Went out and fought some heathens. That's what David was doing, because David was a man of war, because he was after the same spirit that the Most High God had. Okay, right. David is king. He's King David. He has some great attributes. Now he has some mess ups. Now right. We're gonna read about his mess ups. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna read about his mess ups. You understand what I'm saying? But he was a great king. You cannot take that from him. You understand what I'm saying? Let's keep reading right now.
And besieged Rabbah. But David tarried still at Jerusalem. Verse 2. And it came to pass in evening time that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself. And the woman was very beautiful to look upon. Verse 3. And David sat and inquired after the woman. And one said, Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? Verse 4.
Now, let's recap. He went out on his balcony. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's King David. So he went out on his balcony, terrace, whatever you want to call it, and he's seen this beautiful woman bathing. Right. All right. Now, if he's seen a beautiful woman bathing, obviously she must have had a hell of a shape, and she must have looked good. She must have been attractive. Obviously, you see her bathing. Some people you're gonna see bathing, but oh God, I don't want to look at this. Please. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see that. You know, so obviously he liked what he saw, okay, and he wanted it, right? He wanted it. I want you to read it again before he stepped on his balcony. Read that. Go ahead.
So like real quick, it says the Hittite. So was that the Africans?
Well, it obviously she's not an African, but she might have lived in that land. You know what I'm saying? Just like you a Seminite, just like a Seminite brother being in America. You know what I'm saying? The Chinese come over here and kidnap all. They're gonna say we got him from America. You know what I mean?
So it's just,
right. It's just, you know what I'm saying? She might have lived in that land or something to that effect. The same way they call Paul a Roman and so on and so on. You know what I mean? That may not be their bloodline. You know what I'm saying? But that might be the land they dwelled in or lived in or resided in at the time, or whatever the case may be. You understand what I'm saying? I'm from the tribe of Judah. If I go somewhere else, I'm a New Yorker. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just a New Yorker or whatever. If I go to Italy somewhere, I'm a Black American. You know what I'm saying? Really, I'm not. I'm from the tribe of Judah.
Go on, so it's like Cornelius. He was from the Italian band, but he was an Israelite.
Yeah, that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Which is a lot of people like to argue that. You know what I'm saying? But that's an Israelite. He was an Italian man. You understand what I'm saying? No. So it's the same concept. You know what I'm saying? That you might be called where you live at. You might be called by that name. You know what I'm saying? So like we in the Heights. Right. Are you from the Heights? Are you from the Heights? No. You know. No. But you live in the Heights. You know what I'm saying? Or you've been in the Heights for years. You know what I'm saying? But are you from the Heights? No, you're from DR. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same concept. You know what I mean? Definitely not a heathen, bro. You understand what I'm saying? So I want you to read back to where he was on the balcony.
Come on, God. 2 Samuel chapter 11, verse 2. And it came to pass in an evening time that David arose from off his bed.
Now he rose above his bed. Now listen, if you're a man, you know, sometimes when you wake up in the morning time, you know what I'm saying? You know, you might feel a certain kind of way, especially if you're a man.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, you might be staying that salute. You know what I'm saying? you might, you know what I'm saying? You hit flagpole is waving. You understand what I'm saying? You're waking up, you're like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Looking for some relief. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So he woke up in the morning time, who knows, was stretching. You know what I'm saying? The blood's flowing and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Listen, hey, things happen. Now go ahead.
Okay. And walked upon the roof of the king's house.
He went up on the roof of his house. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a balcony, terrace, whatever you want to call it. Go ahead.
And from the roof, he saw a woman washing herself.
Now from the roof, he saw some bad thing washing herself. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And the woman was very beautiful to look upon.
He thought she was fun. God damn, look at her. Whatever her shape may have been.
Right.
She could have been big, small, skinny, tall, who knows? But whatever he saw, it was to his liking. All right? So he saw it. She looked good. Let's keep going.
Put it on card, verse 3. And David sent and inquired after the woman.
Now, is that not common? That's not uncommon? You know, you see something like, yo, who's that?
Right.
Who is that? Oh, that's such and such. Oh, word? And you're gonna inquire about her. Who was that? You want to know everything about her. Who was that? What's going on with that? All right. So that's what he did. Typical. For teaching purposes, typical nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? He inquired about it. Keep going.
And one said, "Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliab?"
Yeah, that's Bathsheba. You know his pops. You know what I mean? You know her pops. What's his name?
Eliab.
You know her pops. You know what I'm saying? You know her pops, and who else do you know? Go ahead.
The wife of Uriah the Hittite.
Oh. What you said? The what?
The wife.
The what?
The wife.
Oh. Now, if you're a righteous man, specifically in the Israelite school you became, once you hear the word, oh, that's such and such's wife, all senses just diminish.
Right.
She don't even look good no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, no, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, specifically in the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge, we don't pass nothing around. We don't even play like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not even an option.
No.
Go ahead.
I want to say that it's not even the rank. It's just the brotherhood.
It's the brother. It got nothing to do with rank.
Right.
My man.
Yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with rank. It's brotherhood.
Right.
Nah. You know what I'm saying? Nah. We don't do those. Once David heard that, he should have been, oh, you do me a favor, tell her she can't bathe there, or put a canopy or something up to where she can bathe in private. I don't want to step on my terrace and see that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, or I'm gonna tell her husband that she's out here bathing like that. We got to fix that. You know what I'm saying? He should have took care of that situation, but he didn't. And you know why? Because this lust bug been around for a long time. This lust demon been around for a long time. I know you're rough and tough and all that stuff. You come from a bad block and you can lift 400 pounds. I know. But that lust demon is strong. You hear me? That lust demon is strong, boy. And it don't lift weights. It don't do no taekwondo. It don't do none of that. It don't do none of that. It's dedicated to tripping your dumb ass up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all it's doing. Now, let's keep reading.
Go on card, verse 4. And David sent messengers and took her, and she came in unto him, and he lay with her.
Say, whoa. He went, sent messengers. She going to come to the crib because that's King David. And not only did she come to the crib, but he did what? He did what with her?
And took her. And came,
she
came in unto him. And he lay with her. Not only did he say, yo, go get her. She fresh off the bath. You know what I'm saying? She fresh off the bath. So she got that Avon, what's that shit? Silky soft? What's that old school Avon shit? Leave a ring around your bathtub. Skin so soft. Y'all might be too young for that. That Avon skin so soft. She that. No, I'm saying. She got the Avon skin so soft on. You know what I mean? She came on up there. You know what I'm saying? She fresh out the shower. Or she was in the bath rather. So she done soaked and all of that. You know what I mean? So she's ready to go. And he called up there. They didn't say what happened, but he got the buns, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna speak in our terms. He got the buns. He hit that. Yeah. He knocked her off, dug her out, blew her back out, whatever you want to call it. Right.
Okay? That's how men talk, by the way, sister, just to let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? If he didn't blow you back out, he gonna say, I blew it back out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So David, he got the buns of Uriah's wife.
Right.
He knows this is a married woman. This is that lust demon. And he knows Uriah. Not that it makes it any better, but this makes it even worse that he knows the man. Let's see how he knows him, right? Let's keep reading. That'll come up. Let's keep reading.
Okay. For she was purified from her uncleanness.
All right, so maybe she was unclean at one point in time. She reached her days of where she can have sex now. She went and washed her ass. She's up in his room. He tore it up. You know what I'm saying? King David style. Go ahead.
And she returned unto her house.
So after he knocked her off,
Right.
God knows how many ways. You know what I'm saying? Knocked her off. If you killing lions and bears and all of that, you're in pretty good shape. So God knows what he did to her. And after he did it, he shipped her off back to her crib. You understand? Now let's see what else happened after that.
Verse 5. And a woman conceived and sent and told David and said, I am with child.
Now, you know what that means. It wasn't no what's some things called when you take the test, when you piss on it? Yeah. It wasn't none of no pregnancy tests. No. It wasn't none of that. She didn't go to the clinic. She just knew, I'm pregnant.
Right.
I am with child. That's what she told him. You understand? She wasn't having sex with her man because her man was out at war. We'll get into that a little further. She called, I'm pregnant. I'm having a baby. Keep reading.
Verse 6. And David sent to Joab, saying, send me Uriah the Hittite. And Joab sent Uriah to David.
Now everybody know who Joab is. If you don't know, that was like David's #1 soldier right there. You understand what I'm saying? At the time. You know what I'm saying? That was his #1. Or should I say his #2, so to speak. You understand? What's up, sis? On topic? There you go. There you go. Give sister a hand. That was his right-hand man. You know what I'm saying? That was his right-hand man. You know what I'm saying? Reliable, dependable, on time, every time. You know what I'm saying? So he told me, yo, bring me Uriah. Now, if he's telling Joab, if Joab is the man that runs his military, he runs his hit squad, he runs it. Yo, bring me Uriah. What does that mean Uriah was then? If I could tell you, bring me Uriah. What was Uriah then? If I'm telling the man that's in charge of my military unit to bring me Uriah, then what was Uriah? Go ahead.
That was his woman.
No, that was his woman, but who was Uriah? Think about it. If I run a gang, and I tell you, yo, bring me Shaul. Tell Shaul to come in. I'm telling you to tell him that.
Right.
Then who is Shaul? What is he? Okay.
He's like he's like your man. You're right, man.
Yeah. He's a soldier, obviously.
Right.
He's a soldier because I'm telling you, you're telling him to come in. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm in charge. Right. You my go-to man. I'm telling you to tell him to come in. Obviously, he's under you. Right. I'm over you, and I'm telling you to tell him to come in. So that means Uriah was a soldier for David.
Right.
That means that was one of his soldiers.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Can you dig it or no?
I got it.
You can dig it? So he telling Joab, he'll tell Uriah to come in.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? There's no difference between Commander Junior Hana telling Captain Zaryak to tell Shalaya to come in. Right. I know I'm under Captain Zaryak. I know Captain Zaryak is under Commander Junior Hana. So that means I'm one of the soldiers. Right. Can you dig it? Same thing with Uriah. All right? So he's a soldier. Right. Telling you, come in. You know what I'm saying? Tell him to come here for a second. Because he know he done slept with that man's wife. Right. Thank God for you. Get a UPK hand. This would never happen to UPK. Right. Never. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to use the Adwadim as an even example of this. You know what I'm saying? Because this would never happen. Right. But this is something that takes place in our neighborhoods to this day. Right. These things happen. You understand what I'm saying? So to continue on this lust demon, David slept with this man's wife. Now she's pregnant. This man's out in the field fighting for David. Right. Fighting for the nation. You know what I'm saying? He's out there risking his life. You understand? Risking his life. And why he's out there risking his life? David's out there with a hard on, stretching on his balcony, see this man's wife, tell her to come in and hit the buns that quick, shipped her back off to the crib. She's pregnant, and this man's out in the field fighting for him. You understand? Keep reading.
Come on, verse 7. And when Uriah was come unto him,
And he came to him. He got the order. David want to see you. I'm sure he said, "Come on, one come."
right,
And he double timed it. You understand? I can only imagine.
right,
I can only imagine that the head man in charge said, "He want to see you." Now, you are going to sprint. I don't care if you got on cowboy boots, military boots. I don't care if you're barefoot. You're going to sprint to exactly what he wants you now.
right.
You're going to go do it. I'm sure that this soldier did that because he's a soldier. You understand? Keep going.
Come on, David demanded of him how Joab did
Uh-huh.
and how the people did.
Now he's asking them. Now he's rocking him to sleep. Yeah, how was Joab? How did he do out there? He's softening him up with conversation now because he has a plan in his mind.
Right.
And most people that are lustful, that are liars, that are deceivers, they're already thinking steps ahead on how to soften you up a little bit to get you to do and go in the direction they want you to go and do what they want you to do.
Right.
You understand? So he's softening up a little bit with this conversation. But let's check Uriah's brotherhood. You understand? Let's check his brotherhood. Keep going.
Come on, and how the war prospered.
Yeah. How did everything go out there? He wants to get a report from Uriah on how things went out there. How did it go out there? Everything was good? Yeah, he throw a little something out there. How's everything? And as a soldier, I know Uriah is wondering, I wonder why he's asking me.
Right.
I'm just a soldier. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, I run into the fire. You know what I'm saying? I wonder why he's asking me when I report to this man. You know what I'm saying? I report to him. Why are you asking me?
Right.
He's not going to ask him why he's asking him. He's going to answer the question. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. You got to be an absolute soldier to understand this.
Right.
In my opinion, Salaki. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 8. And David said to Uriah, "Go down to thy house and wash thy feet."
Man, go take a break. Go wash your feet. You know what I'm saying? Go relax. As my lady say, suave, papi. You know what I'm saying? Suave, papi, suave. Go take it easy. You know what I'm saying? Go wash your feet and everything. Go ahead.
And Uriah departed out of the king's house.
And he left. He said, "Come on, sir." You know what I'm saying? Went on about his business. He left. Go ahead.
And there followed him a mess of meat from the king.
Oh, not only gonna wash your feet, but you're gonna eat good too. I'm gonna give you a whole table of food. A table, not a plate. A table of food. I'm gonna give you all this food you can eat. So go wash your feet and eat. Get the itis, fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Let's keep going.
Verse 9. But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house with all
With who?
With all
With who?
With all
Of the what?
The servants of his Lord.
Oh, he slept. Now he said, "No, I'm not going home to get my feet washed and eat this meat. I'm going to sleep right here with my brothers."
Right.
That's what I'm going to do.
God.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do that. I'm not going home. I'm not going to get my feet washed and to eat a table full of meat. I'm just going to sleep right here outside with my brothers.
Right.
Keep going.
And went not down to his house.
He didn't go home. He said, "Hell no." Just imagine that. It's camp time. They say, "Hey man, listen man, you ain't got to be here, man. Man, listen man, go get you a little petty in a mani. You know what I'm saying? Go home and sit back, man. Hey. Take all these chopped cheeses and go on home and eat, man. And we outside, we got a war going on. You gonna say, "All right, fellas, later, man. I'm going on home. Eat, massage my feet, and just relax." A real soldier ain't doing that. Like, nah, I can't leave my brothers there. What if I never see him again? What if one died? Wouldn't you feel guilty?
Right.
Like, I left. And that nigga died. And I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Right. You ain't gonna feel no guilt. Like, I left and he died. Maybe he wouldn't have died if I was there. You understand what I'm saying? Right? This obviously is the mind of Uriah. David's trying to clean up his lust, his mistake he made from his lust. He's trying to clean it up. Let's see how he's trying to clean it up. Keep going.
So on verse 10, and when they had told David, saying, Uriah went not down unto his house, David said unto Uriah, camest thou not from thy journey?
Didn't you just come from a long? You ain't tired? Didn't you just come from a long journey?
Right.
What you mean you didn't go to your house? You just came from a long journey. You was at camp for 12 hours.
Right.
You just traveled over here and traveled over there and went back over here and came over here. Ain't you tired? You don't need no rest or nothing. You just came from a long journey.
Right.
He's talking to a soldier saying this.
Right.
Keep going.
So on God, why then didst thou not go down unto thine house?
Yeah, you did all this journeying. So why are you not going home?
Right.
You not tired? He's telling this to a soldier. Tired. A long journey. The journey never ends.
Right.
And what the hell is tired? My whole life I live off adrenaline.
Right.
That's all I live off is adrenaline. I don't sleep, I nap.
Right.
And keep it moving. You understand? This is the mind, it gotta be the mindset of this man, you're right. Gotta be. But we talking about David. David is rocking him to sleep, trying to anyway.
Right.
But it's hard to rock a man to sleep when he has extreme brotherhood. Can't rock him to sleep. This is gonna be a harder one. Keep going.
Come on, verse 11. And Uriah said unto David, the ark in Israel and Judah abide in tents.
Yeah, the ark, Israel, Judah, that means the tribes, they sleeping in tents. That shit, excuse me, it looked like they on Skid Row out there.
Right.
They sleeping in tents. You understand? Ain't no heating systems or air, central air conditioning in there. You know that, right? You understand what I'm saying? I'm sure they're not eating tables of meat out there. These are soldiers.
Right.
They eating whatever the hell's in that canteen. That's what they eat. Canned food. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What do we call it nowadays? Oodles and noodles.
Right.
Ramen noodles. Beefaroni. You understand what I'm saying? Chef Boyardee. That's what we call it now. That's what they eating out there in the tents. Now, what did he say about them tents? Keep going.
And my Lord Joab and the servants of my Lord.
He said, my Lord Joab, who the man who outranks him. You understand what I'm saying? The man that outranks him, the man that gives him the orders. My Lord is out there. My Lord Joab, he's even out there in the tents.
Right.
And I'm going to go home, and my Lord is out there. Adawan is out there. We don't say Khan or Khan because it just sounds cute,
right,
or it sounds cool and all of that. We mean that. Khan, Adawan, Khan. That's my Adawan's out there.
That's right.
And I'm going to go home.
Right.
Keep reading.
Khan are encamped in the open field.
They're out there in an open field. Go ahead.
Shall I then go into mine house?
Now, they're out in an open field in tents. Open field, they can be attacked, obviously, at any time. And I'm going to go home and do what?
To eat.
I'm going to go home and eat. And what?
And to drink.
And go ahead.
And to lie with my wife.
So I'm going to go home. I'm going to eat. I'm going to drink good drink and get some box. And my mans and them is outside,
right,
in an open field, in a tent. And not just all of my soldiers that I've rubbed elbows with and locked arms with and bleed with, might even cry with, sweat with, and talk to at night and everything else that we watch each other's back. You sleep, I stay awake. I sleep, you stay awake. All of that stuff we do together. I'm gonna go home and eat and drink and have sex, and they out there. Not just them, but my other one is out there too. Why am I so special to do that? I'm not doing that. This is the mind of Uriah.
That's right.
This nigga's brotherhood was crazy.
Right.
He's the total opposite of the class I'm teaching today.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Let's keep going.
Okay. As thou livest, and as thy soul liveth, I will not do this thing.
Hell no. I'm not doing that.
Good.
I'm not doing that. I can't leave him out there like that. I'm just not built like that. Maybe some can. Maybe some can. And I'm not going to knock them. Do your thing. Don't knock me for doing mine. I'm not leaving them out there. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. They don't eat. I don't eat.
Right.
They ain't getting boxed. I'm not going to get none either.
Right.
They ain't going to get no drink. I ain't going to get no drink either. But David's lust bug or lust demon is trying to swindle this man.
Right.
Because David is King David. And he thought that he could run game on this little soldier. But he didn't know how strong that little soldier was.
Right.
He tried to run a little game on him, you know what I'm saying? And try to, trick him, manipulate him, throw him off course. It's hard to be thrown off course if you're pure with your actions. Can't be thrown off course if you're pure with your actions.
Right.
You understand? If you're pure. It's going to be hard to get around you. You know what I'm saying? No matter what they try to do, no matter how they feel about you, whatever the case may be, it's going to be very hard for somebody to get around you if you're pure with your actions.
Right. If
you're real with it. You understand what I'm saying? Uriah was real with it. That's all. He was just real with it. And David knew this man's a problem.
God.
You understand what I'm saying? He should have had Uriah in charge instead of Joab, to be honest. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah, should have had him because he was a soldier for real. You understand?
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay. Verse 12. And David said to Uriah, tarry here today also, and tomorrow I will let thee depart. So Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and the morrow.
All right. So, he let him, relax or whatever the case may be. But it was already set that Uriah was not leaving his men. And he's not even the highest ranking man.
Right.
But he said, I'm still not leaving. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going, I'll be here today. Tomorrow, he's going to be here, right? He's stuck. Keep going.
So verse 13. And when David had called him, he did eat and drink before him.
He sat down. Why wouldn't you do it? David the king. He said, sorry. Sit down. You want to eat with him? Go ahead.
And he made him drunk.
Yeah, got him drunk. Now, this is David's other attempt. You understand? He got him drunk. You understand what I'm saying? Oh. Serving him liquor, serving him wine, serving him whatever it is to get him drunk. Right? Serving him. You know what I'm saying? Probably just doing that fake laugh. Just fake laughing and serving him drinks, giving him food, serving him drinks to get him drunk. Because when you get drunk, what happens when you get drunk? Come on, y'all. We adults.
Right.
What happens?
All that shit come out.
Huh? Say it again.
All that shit come out.
What's the shit that come out? Or what? What? Yeah, there you go. All that's on your mind. You know what I'm saying? All that lust starts seeping out of your filthy, nasty, stinking pores. It starts leaking out. Now you're drunk and you are ready to go. Right? That's what drunkenness do, don't it? Get you loose. Loosey-goosey is what they used to call it. Keep going.
And at even, he went out to lie on his bed.
Hold on 1 second. What verse should I give? Slap.
Verse 13.
Verse 13. Go ahead, read it again.
And at even, he went out to lie on his bed with the servants of his Lord. But went not down to his house.
Now, the man got drunk. He got drunk. And in his drunken state, he still knew, I am not going home.
Right.
I'm going with my brothers. This nigga meant this.
Right.
He wasn't faking it. He wasn't faking. Go ahead.
Like that's because they say like a child, if you get drunk, you'll say the truth. But
Yeah.
being in the right spirit, it shows, like you're saying, that he's not fake.
No, he's not faking.
It's in the thoughts. Like this man is willing to be on the front lines, like the soldier's supposed to be at.
That's right.
Die for his brother.
He was a soldier.
Right.
In and out. He got pissy drunk and knew, like, I'm going with my brothers. You know what I'm saying? That's getting him pissy drunk still didn't make him horny enough, lustful enough, freaky enough, or wanting enough to leave his brothers. But these are the tricks that David was trying to get him to follow.
Right.
David was following his lust and his greed, his deception, his lying. David's trying to do everything he can to make sure this man can go home and lay with his wife and he can blame that baby on him.
Right.
That's so he just want that baby to be blamed on him because he don't want his shame to come out.
Right.
You understand? This is King David.
Right.
And Uriah is just little old soldier Uriah. That's why all my my troopers and 50s and everything out there, don't think you ain't worth nothing. You Uriah.
That's right.
Now, don't get me wrong. The Commander Hunter is nowhere near doing some old nasty, disgusting garbage like this. But what I'm saying is, be a soldier. Uriah's name made the scriptures because he was a soldier. You understand what I'm saying? He was an absolute soldier. He got pissy drunk and he would not turn his back on his brothers. He ain't gonna fight him, cuss him out. Nigga, you ain't called me back in March. You ain't called me and all that garbage. He ain't do none of that filthy, stupid, disgusting, emotional, moist, tender garbage.
Right.
He just was a soldier. He staggered back with his brothers and went to sleep with his brothers. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 14. And it came to pass in the morning that David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it by the hand of Uriah.
Now, David wrote a letter, gave it to Uriah to give to Joab. To give to Joab. Keep reading.
Verse 15. And he wrote in the letter, saying, set ye Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and retire ye from him, that he may be smitten and die.
Now, let me see how cold David was. David wrote a letter, gave it to Uriah to give to Joab, and in that letter is saying, make sure you put him out in the front lines, make sure you leave him so he can get killed and die. Uriah didn't even know he had his death certificate in his hand.
Right.
But he was such a soldier, he didn't open it and read it. He didn't peel it open and see, I wonder what this says. He delivered it like a good soldier's supposed to. He took his order and he did it and got killed.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? The order to get him killed was in his own hand.
Right.
This is what David did. This is what lust can do.
Right.
What greed can do. Selfishness can do. You understand what I'm saying? You put your lust over the brotherhood. Now that's some funky, disgusting, nasty garbage, ain't it? But guess what? That goes on today.
Right.
To this very day, the same type of scenario goes on today. Let's read some more.
Verse 16. And it came to pass when Joab observed the city that he assigned Uriah unto a place when he knew the valiant men were.
Yeah, so Joab did exactly that. He was accomplice in this filthy, disgusting lust demon. So he said, all right, he put him where the war was going down at, where the heavy duty was going down there. He put him there. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 17. And the men of the city went out and fought with Joab. And there fell some of the people of the servants of David. And Uriah the Hittite died also.
That's it. He got killed. You understand what I'm saying? He got killed by the same men he was absolutely loyal to.
Right.
He was absolutely loyal to. That happens in the world today. Thank God for the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
That's right.
That garbage don't happen in here.
Right.
Now, what's going over there in that purple fruit punch group over there? I don't know. I think they beat up their own members, don't they? If I'm not mistaken. Don't they beat their members up and break their arms and put them all in comas and everything? Don't they do that?
Right.
Don't they sleep with each other's wives, sleep with transsexuals, shoot them in the face, falsely accuse brothers and arrest them and don't they do lustful, crazy things like that? There's nothing new under the sun, man. That lust and that greed and that filthy, disgusting nastiness that people feel in their spirits and their soul, it still exists to this day.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It still exists to this day. That brother Uriah should not have died that way.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? But if you're going to be a soldier, I'd rather die that way. You understand what I'm saying? At least he died with some integrity and some pride. And we're going to end it right there, but long story short, that child that was born died.
Right.
You understand? Remember we was talking about that earlier, about people dying and if they don't get the message. Well, that baby that David had with that married woman, that baby died. And it died as a punishment for what David did to that brother. You understand what I'm saying? That's what happened with that. You understand? If you put your lust over your brotherhood, you're going to kill your own children.
Right.
You're going to kill your mother. You're going to kill anybody around you that the Lord feels could be a sharp pain to your dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too easy to kill you. But it's very torturous to have you watch your people die.
Right.
Very torturous. Imagine burying your child. Imagine that. Because you're a lust-filled, filthy, disgusted monkey. Keep going. Oh, excuse me. Go ahead, sis.
It's like, that's all you're gonna ask the brother. If you're married, you get out of him.
I mean, yeah, of course, you're supposed to ask sister, are they married, of course, before you pursue anything. In this case, I'm reading this, that brother knew. He was informed that she was married before he made a move. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, I wanted to bring that story up because that's just something that goes on today. You know what I'm saying? That is lust.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that lust got two people killed by the Most High God, Uriah and David's own son. You understand what I'm saying? And made a whore of Bathsheba.
Right.
Made a whore out of her. She slept behind her husband's back. That's a whore.
Right.
On every and any level. Any woman that has a husband that has penetrated her vagina, and you decide that you're mad at him because he played Xbox or PS. What is it? PS what? PS what? What is it? PS5? PS5 or 6, whatever the hell's out. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He's doing too much of that, so you mad. So you're gonna go out and sleep with Craig and them and go get some new rod.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And think it's justified because he don't move when you say move. You understand what I'm saying? You're a whore. Sorry. You know, you're a whore. But she was a whore. And David was a filthy, disgusting bastard at that time. You understand what I'm saying? 2 bodies died over his lust. You understand what I'm saying? So let's go a little more. If you guys got anything you want to bring up, let's bring up. Let's go to let's see. Let me try Romans 13:9 real quick.
Come on,
Let me see what that says. Romans 13:9. Once again, we're talking about filthy, disgusting lust. What's it called look like? Can this what they're saying?
No, lust.
Okay. Let's see what 13 and 9 says here. Let's go with this. We're gonna go a few characteristics of lust. All right, real quick. We got any questions on anything?
No.
Nothing. All right, cool. What's up, sis?
What page is Romans?
I can't hear you. Speak up.
What page is Romans?
What page is Romans? Well, in mine is 1346, but Romans is, let me see if I can help you out. Romans is right after the book of Acts. What was it before Hebrews? And it's before 1 Corinthians. Help her out real quick.
Come on, Carter.
Real quick. We're going to get you right, sis, so you can follow along. And you're doing an excellent job. You've been holding it down for quite some time now. We're going to run through just a few scriptures real quick and we're going to tighten it up. Anybody out there, just please, like and share the class. Don't be afraid to do it. It's the best thing to do right now, especially. All right, share the class. Like I said, we're going to go just a few characteristics of what lust is. They're still plaguing us to this very day. You know what I'm saying? This is something that we have to get over lust is you have to be disciplined, first of all. You know what I'm saying? You got to show great discipline to get over this lust. You understand what I'm saying? Discipline wins.
Right.
That's it, discipline every time. To control yourself. As a goddamn adult, you should be able to control yourself. Unless you're a stupid little child. You should be able to control yourself. Romans 13 and verse 9. Baba Kashala, brother.
Romans chapter 13, verse 9. For this, thou shalt not commit adultery.
Not do what?
Commit adultery.
That's what David did. We just read about, right?
Right.
That's what Bathsheba did. That's what we just read about. They committed adultery. He slept with a married woman, and that married woman slept with another man. That's adultery, worthy of death. And it may not be your death. It may be your child's death.
Right.
Maybe your mama's death. You know what I'm saying? It may be that. It could be somebody closer. The Lord could punish like that have you watch your loved one die in your face. And it's your fault that happened. Because you're a filthy, disgusting, nasty, lust-filled bastard. That could happen. That's true. Keep going.
Thou shalt not kill.
Yeah. Did he have Uriah killed?
Right.
He did. He had Uriah killed. Now, he may not have been the one that actually thrusted the sword at him or whatever, or ever how he died, or strangled him, whatever the case may be. But he was behind him being put in a position to get killed.
Right.
You understand? There's nothing new under the sun, y'all. Could keep going.
Thou shalt not steal.
You shouldn't steal at all. Not nobody's possessions, not nobody's woman.
Right.
None of that. You shouldn't steal anything. Don't take what's not yours. Get your own. Get your own. That's all. Get your own. And learn how to share, but don't steal. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not bear false witness.
Yeah, don't be a goddamn filthy, disgusting, nasty liar. You know what I'm saying? Lying and saying somebody did something. You know they didn't do it. And that's what David was trying to do. David was trying to bear false witness. He's trying to say, man, congratulations on your new baby. He knows that's not his goddamn baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he was trying to do. Uriah was just too much of a soldier. He wasn't falling for it. You had to kill him.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But he was trying to bear false witness on the man. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations on your baby, man. Damn, look just like you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, it's horrible, man. You know what I'm saying? Is that not horrible? That's horrible. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not covet.
Uh-huh.
And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
And that's what you're supposed to do. All your little freaky little lust and all that, learn how to fight and be disciplined. Other than that, you're supposed to love your neighbor like you love yourself. Who's your neighbor? Your neighbor is your niggas.
Right.
Who's your niggas? The 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
That's what that is. It's not Ming Lee that live next door to you, because you don't live next door to Ming Lee. You just buy that chicken and she skips off Scarsdale somewhere else, somewhere living a life of luxury. Hey, raise your hand here. And I'm curious. Raise your hand in this school right now if you ever lived and had an Asian neighbor. You had an Asian neighbor. Where was you living at? In Brooklyn? And you probably using the PJs or something?
I
Or
was in the regular building.
just a regular building? You had some Asian neighbors in there? One person?
Family.
One family? Did they own anything in the neighborhood?
I don't know.
You don't know. The Asian. What part of Brooklyn was that?
Burnside.
Burnside. Okay. Well, hey, look. You the first person I met that had an Asian neighbor. All right. It must have been a pretty decent neighborhood. It was nice.
Yeah.
It was decent. Oh, okay. All right. Brooklyn is a little gentrified nowadays. So you might have an Asian neighbor, but I don't know nobody that had Asian neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever had any up in the Heights? You from Brooklyn? You had any? I never had an Asian neighbor in my life. Never. I never walked outside and said, "Hey, Kim Lee, how you doing, man?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I never had it. You know what I'm saying? But the sister said she had an Asian neighbor. All right. Okay, what do you want to say? No? Oh, all right. Well, listen. Hey, I learned something new today. But more than likely, we ain't got no Asian neighbors. You know what I'm saying? I mean, go ahead.
I had like a Spaniard neighbor.
Spaniard?
Yeah, you know, because usually with Sydney, it's like they consider like they Dominican and we somehow Spaniard. So it's kind of awkward because you grow with them, and as you grow, you just start seeing the differentiation.
Right.
And they're white, like it's a lot of difference.
Yeah, they're Caucasians that speak Spanish.
What is Spanish?
A Spaniard is someone that comes from a lineage of people from Spain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they speak Spanish.
They were Spanish, right?
Say again?
They were Spanish, right?
I don't know what look Spanish means because somebody can be look like you and be Hispanic, so-called Hispanic. I don't know what Spanish looks like. Well, most Spaniards, if you want to go by looks, a lot of them do portray Caucasian people. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they could look white, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? But you've heard of the country Spain before, correct? Okay, that's where Spaniards come from, Spain. They speak Spanish, yes. They are Spanish, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you speak English, right? Okay. Are you English? Are you from England? You're not, but you speak English. All right. Why do you speak English? Because we were in captivity and we were taught to speak English. So the same way that the people we call Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and all that, they were in captivity by the people from Spain, so they learned how to speak Spanish. Yes. Yes. Spanish is a language, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Right. So people from Spain, that's where you get Spanish from, is from Spain. They as far as their looks, is that what you're going by? Yeah, as far as their looks, I mean, they can look, I don't know, they can look how they want to look. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You can be from, you have a father from Spain, have a mother from Trinidad. I don't know. And you can be as black as me and you. But you are considered a Spaniard because your father is a Spaniard. You understand what I'm saying? You're going too much on looks and all of that. That's not how this thing works. Say again? I'm sorry, you thought he said what? Yeah, well, so when you see him, do you consider him Spanish? Okay, that's where you're messing up at. Because Spanish is a language. You know what I'm saying? So he's not Spanish. He's from the tribe of Simeon. You know what I'm saying? He's an Israelite. He speaks the language of Spanish. Just like when you look at me, do I look like I'm from Great Britain and I speak English? Do I look like the Queen of Queen Elizabeth's cousin? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Do I look like that? You know what I'm saying? No, all right. Well, I speak English. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you can't say, oh, they're Spanish. No, they're not Spanish. They speak the language Spanish. But, you know, according to the society, they're Dominican or Puerto Rican, whatever the case may be. And as far as how they look, I know Puerto Rican is blacker than you. I know Dominican is blacker than you. You understand what I'm saying? So, You know, you can't go by complexion and look. Captain Katazai, he's light skinned and he's Puerto Rican.
Right.
So you can't go by skin complexion and looks or call somebody Spanish, especially in here. You can talk to somebody by the tribe. So that's a Simeonite to me. I don't look at him as being Spanish. He's a Simeonite. You understand what I'm saying? So we're gonna get off of that because I'm getting off the topic. Go ahead.
Yeah, so just to give a notion of what, for example, you got Messi, the soccer player, right? A lot of people adopt him to be, because he was in the Argentinian team, but he's Italian. So, you know, Latinos, we add to the Italians or Spanish because they sort of like, they light skinned. So you got Argentinians. And then everybody else, like the Pope is actually Italian, but he was, you know, doing his popsy,
Right.
or, you know, his training in, I think Argentina as well. They're different. You can tell they're devils just by what they do.
Well, listen, like I said, there's nothing new under the sun. People argue to this day about Cornelius being Italian. He wasn't Italian. He just was in the Italian band, which means in the Italian military. So, like I said, all of this type of conversation is not anything new. You understand what I'm saying? So let's move past this real quick. I want to keep talking about lust. So I don't give a fuck. Excuse me. I don't care if you're light skinned, dark skinned, speak Spanish, English, or speak Swahili. It don't matter to me. Okay? If you got a lust demon on you, you need to fix it. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep reading. Read what you got again.
Come on, God. This is Romans chapter 13, verse 9.
Come on with it.
For this, thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not covet.
Yeah, you shouldn't be a jealous bastard either. A lot of people are jealous and nasty. You know what I'm saying? David showed a little bit of jealousy, knowing that, God damn, this is Uriah's woman. I'm gonna take her. Hold 1 second, sis. And it's saying, go to Galatians real quick. Go to Galatians. Go ahead, sis. You want to ask a question?
I had a friend a long time ago. We all had a friend, being his friend, and she was still in school. That's when I was like 19 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I stopped being her friend because she was stealing. I'm like, she's a cool person, and she got pregnant. And she told me that she got pregnant, and she lost a baby.
Yeah, well, listen, that's a sad story. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we don't wish any death upon any brother or sister, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, hopefully she changed her lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if she's changed her lifestyle or not because I never met her. I never met her in here, so she might be still doing the same thing she's been doing. Not too sure. But may the Lord be with her. You understand what I'm saying? Let's go to Galatians 5 and 16 real quick.
Come on, God. Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit.
You got to walk in the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Walk in the Most High God. That's how you're supposed to walk. You know what I'm saying? Walk in the Spirit of the Most High God. When you say walk, that means live your life according to the Spirit. Have a zeal to serve the Most High God at all times. Anything you do in your life, you should think, am I breaking the law? Is it against the commandments? Is this right according to the Lord? Is this right? What should I do? Live your life in the Spirit. Before you go in and you know, stick your rod in that filthy sardine smelling box of some random whore that you met online somewhere, you should really think, is this something is this the wise thing to do? You know what I'm saying? Should I vet this woman? You know what I'm saying? Instead of being a lust-filled whore, being a lust-filled punk, because her butt is just as big as a dump truck and all of that, and I'm going to climb behind it, and next thing you know, you're all jammed up, and vice versa. Walk in the Spirit of the Most High God.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And ye shall not fulfill the lust of your flesh.
Yeah, if you walk in the Spirit, then you won't fulfill the lust of your flesh.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? won't fulfill the lust of your flesh. And that, it's not just sexual either. I don't want to sound like that. Anything. Some people they can't fight the urge, but to eat shrimp and big old lobsters with butter and all of that, and crab legs, and sitting there cracking the crab legs and sucking the meat all out the crab legs. You understand what I'm saying? All of that kind of stuff. They can't help that. They like it. They love it. I know people at the slave. They can't live without pork. They can't live without it. They literally just can't. You understand? Go ahead.
I have a question. So it could be also when a person says, like because they don't eat meat for whatever reason. There could be a demon too, because you saying, I mean, for example, the way I see it, if the person is saying, I don't eat meat because of this,
right,
or whatever reason, the person doesn't have a valid reason in this case.
Well, it depends, because some people, if they don't have a valid reason to say, I don't eat meat because the scriptures say for me not to eat meat, then they're off. But they say, well, I don't eat meat because I just choose to be a vegan. You know what I'm saying? Or I choose to just live a Mediterranean diet, or whatever the case may be. Go ahead.
I give you the example because this came from, and I'm thinking maybe like some trauma as a child, because it was like my uncle that told me that.
Right.
Of course, he's Christian as hell. He telling me that he seen something like on the news, or it was something that like a little Haitian kid was like eating something, and it was supposed to be like some, I don't know if it was like a cattle or something that he had. He was I don't know if they were cooking it. It's just the way he described it. I'm like, yeah, he had like that, that whitewashed mind where he just saw something on TV, and then because it was a Haitian kid, now you don't eat meat. So I couldn't associate what he was saying. To me, It wasn't even that. It had to be something traumatic as a child. He just added that to.
Oh, what, eat meat?
Yeah, like he don't eat meat at all, like chicken.
Well, that's just a personal preference. If he's trying to say something scriptural, then that's just not true. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know plenty of people that by preference they don't eat meat. I don't want to get too far to the topic, but it's just in regards to what I had mentioned about people just having a lust for meat. A lust for like unlawful foods and things like that.
Right.
Eating meat, beef, and lamb and goat and things of that nature, that's not unlawful, obviously. Right. That's in Levitical laws of what we can eat and cannot eat. So, but if somebody chooses not to eat meat, then it's not unlawful not to do it. If someone chooses not to have sex, it's not unlawful. They just choose not to do it. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's not unlawful. But for those that do things that are unlawful and know it's unlawful, they have a lust demon, a lust problem. Right. And they need to fix that or face the consequence of the Most High God the same way David had to face the consequence, and that's the King David. Right. He was the King David. Christ sits on the throne of David. That's how powerful this man was, and the Lord still dealt with him and his nastiness. You understand what I'm saying? Let's read it again.
Okay. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
If you walk in the Spirit, you follow the Most High God, follow His laws, statutes, commandments, His rules, and what He says to do, and so forth and so on, then you will not fall to the lust of your flesh, because your flesh wants everything it sees, everything to make it feel good, anything to make you bust a nut, have an orgasm, and just fill you up. That's what you want to do. You understand what I'm saying? That's why we got so many messed up relationships and so forth and so on, because you just wanted to bust a nut. You understand what I'm saying? Keep reading the next verse.
Go on, verse 17.
Remember, listen to this verse and remember this. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Mm-hmm. For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit.
Yeah, your flesh wants what's against the Spirit. Right. Your spirit know that you should not be doing this, but your flesh is going to push you and push you and push you and push you, because your flesh wants it. And your flesh is in a battle with your spirit. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going.
In the spirit against the flesh.
And your spirit is fighting against the flesh. That's why I say the biggest battle in your life is that nigga you see in the mirror.
Right.
That's your biggest battle. Because your flesh is fighting against your spirit, and your spirit is fighting against your flesh. That's where the true war is. And if you can't handle the war within yourself, you can't fight no other war. You just ain't built like that. You understand what I'm saying? You can't fight the war within yourself. You cannot fight no war. You're just not that guy or that woman. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going.
And these are contrary the one to the other.
Right, they're different. Your flesh is different from your spirit, and your spirit is different from your flesh. They're fighting each other every single day. Go ahead.
Like on that, like what was the gentleman said? Was this? It's the flesh is older, or is the sin older than the flesh? Something to that.
I'm not. You said sinew to the flesh?
No, I'm not. Like I don't know if it's he said it's something like the flesh. I don't know if it's the sin older than the flesh or something like that.
I'm not 100% sure about that. I'll look into it, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I know
flesh. Like
I know that I've definitely heard Jinnah Muhammad speak about the flesh and the spirit and how they are at battle with each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have heard that. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that we face every day, man. You know what I'm saying? All of us. Is that flesh fighting against the spirit fighting against the flesh. You know what's right, but damn, you want to do wrong so bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you fall into the wrong, now you're depressed and crying because you know damn well you did wrong. Your spirit knows you did wrong. You shouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? That's why the greatest fight, the greatest display of discipline is going to war with the person that you see in the mirror. In a sense, if you can conquer that person, then you're on the right path to conquering other demons and other things, helping other people, and actually revoking the Most High God and send our King back. You know what I'm saying? We can all just fight that man in the mirror, as Michael Jackson would say. You know what I'm saying? We can just fight that man in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's some good steps towards serving the Most High God. You understand what I'm saying? There's more on that?
Okay. So that he cannot do the things that he would.
You understand? And that's what we need. We need strength and discipline, so we won't do the things that we normally would do. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, we admit, you see some old, some walking down the street with some what they call them, TikTok spandex there, that's looking all right, and the first thing you want to do is just hop on it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. You want to say something?
Skin leggings.
Yeah, skin leggings, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what. When I say brother, to my brothers in the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because in the UPK, our minds are past that by now.
Right.
So we see tight leggings with, you can see all up in, you can see her crack through the leggings. She's floating around Whore Avenue. You know what I'm saying? She's been in the corner and about to walk on Whore Avenue because modesty is very appealing to a man in the UPK.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Modesty. And in her modesty, you can still see she's holding. In her modesty. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what's becomes more attractive once you fight that man in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to whoop his ass real good. You understand what I'm saying? That was it on that?
Okay.
All right, no sweat. Let's drop that. Let's go to James chapter 1. James is right after the book of Hebrews. James chapter 1, right after the book of Hebrews. All right. Let's wait for sister. When you got to let us know. Book of James, right after the book of Hebrews. James chapter 1. We ain't got no question on them to do.
Nah, so.
All right, y'all. Let's go. You got it? Huh? Come here, bring it up here, sis. Let's see, Sister Blind Man. That's Blind Girl. Let's see. See, I need my glasses. You caught me out here. Man. Oh, sis, you're missing the pages. Are you missing them? Yeah, that's all right. I don't sweat it. You're missing some pages out of here, sis.
There's another Bible sitting over there.
It might be on the counter over there. This is reading her Bible. Give her a hand. She done tore this Bible to shreds. Well, you're reading it. Congratulations. Keep going. She done tore that Bible up. Any more swords up there? What about? There you go. Just get it to James real quick. This is to James chapter 1. Oh, that should be in this, sis. All right. James chapter 1, sis, we're gonna start at verse 14, all right? No, I'm sorry, we're gonna start at verse 13, excuse me. James chapter 1 and verse 13, all right? Let's rock that out. We're gonna finish our class. This might be the last scripture. We'll see about that. All right, let's rock out.
James chapter 1, verse 13. If you have it. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God.
Yeah, when you want to go by process, don't say, the Lord's tempted me. Nah, because he's not tempted by evil. You know what I'm saying? You can't, don't say that the Lord, Most High God is the reason why you're being tempted now. You're being tempted because that's what you want to do.
Right.
That's what you just want to do. God ain't got nothing to do with your freaky, nasty, filthy, disgusting illusions or imaginations or wants or lust. They ain't got nothing to do with none of that. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? You just think about that. Say somebody, you got children, say somebody raped your son or raped your daughter, and you see them in court and they say, God was tempting me. It was God. He tempted me and I fell for what God tempted me. Are y'all buying that one?
Nah.
I ain't buying that. You know what I'm saying? Neither is the Most High God. He ain't buying that. When you get tempted, it's because of what your low life ass wants to do. Excuse my language, it's safe for teaching purposes. Keep going.
For God cannot be tempted with evil.
He can't be tempted with evil. Go ahead.
Neither tempted he any man.
Can't no man tempt God. You understand what I'm saying? And vice versa. Let's go.
Verse 14. But every man is.
But who?
But every man.
Who?
Every man.
Every man, not some, not a little bit, not a few, not a handful, not a smidgen, not a sprinkle, not none of that. How many men?
Every man
Go ahead.
is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust.
Yeah. And what else?
And enticed.
Yeah, when you are drawn from your own lust, you're tempting yourself. That ain't got nothing to do with God. That's it. You like playing with boys? That's not God. That's you, nasty. A woman like sitting there and they like starting a bonfire by rubbing their boxes together, then that's on them. That's the God ain't got nothing to do with that. You understand what I'm saying? Got nothing to do with that at all. Read that part again, please.
So on God, verse 14. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust.
Lust and what else?
And enticed.
Yeah, he's drawn by his own lust and he's enticed to do it. That's not God. That's you. That's you. Most High God didn't tempt David by sleeping with Uriah's wife, Bathsheba. He didn't tempt him. That's what he wanted to do.
Right.
That's what he wanted to do. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 14. Slakia. Verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Then when lust hath conceived,
Now, once you do the lust, go ahead.
it bringeth forth sin.
Yeah, now, once you fall for your flesh, it's going to bring forth sin. You wanted to sleep with that man? Now, guess what? Next week, no, that's not my husband no more. Because lust made you want to sleep with him. Lust made you want to do that.
Right.
You sleep with that woman? Nah, I ain't messing with her. Nah, damn, that's not my baby. Hell, nah, man, nah, I'm not dealing with her. Why'd you sleep with her? Nah, man, we was chilling, things happened. No, you was lustful. You wanted to sleep with her. You know what I'm saying? Now that you slept with her or slept with him, or you did this or did that, don't necessarily have to be something sexual. It could be anything. You took some money, you did this, you lied, or whatever the case may be. Now, since you fell for that, now it's going to lead to sin now. Now it's going to lead to a sin. Anytime you fall for your lust, it leads to sin. The scripture just said it. Read it again, Baba Kasha.
Oh God, verse 15. Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin.
Now, when you have conceived your lust, when you have fulfilled your lust and did what you wanted to do, now a sin is coming behind it because you followed what you wanted to do.
Right.
You didn't follow what the Most High God wanted to do. You did what you wanted to do. You started overthinking and thinking and thinking, and you're going to do what you want to do now. Now you're going to lead to a sin because you're not leaning on the Most High God. You're not walking in the what?
Spirit.
You're not walking in the spirit. You following your own self. Now following your own self and do what you want to do. So you're going to fulfill that lust. Now a sin is coming somewhere behind that.
Right.
Guaranteed. Go ahead.
And sin, when it is finished.
Now, and sin, when it's finished. Now, when that sin happens now you're going to sleep with that person. Now you're not together no more. I ain't messing with them no more. Now you don't put him away, put her away. Now you made them whores and so forth and so on. Now that's a sin. You can't put them away. Y'all slept together. I don't care if y'all was sitting there drinking Wild Irish Rose or 211s or whatever you was drinking to get you drunk, and now you had sex, and now all of a sudden I don't want to be with them. It was a mistake. No way. No. I can't. No, they be snoring and their feet stink. I hear you. You know what I'm saying? But you can't leave them. That's who you with. No, I'm not doing it. Nope. All right. Well, now the sin's coming. All right. Now you commit the sin by putting this person away. You ain't dealing with them no more. I'm just as an example, right? Now, what happens when that happens? Go ahead.
Bring it forth death.
Lord gonna kill you. Lord gonna kill you now. Now, you fell for your lust. It brought upon sin, and sin brings what?
Death.
That's what sin brings. So when you want to follow your flesh and fill up your gut and bust a nut and be happy with everything you want to do in life, and it's all about you, YOLO, I live once, and I'm just going to keep on pushing and doing and live in the lap of luxury, and I'm going to do anything I want to do because I got free will. You got free will, and God has free will to kill your ass too.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
That's how that goes. You understand what I'm saying? Put your lust down. Be obedient children to the Most High God. You understand what I'm saying? Be obedient children to the Most High God. Don't fulfill your lust. Fulfill His will.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Fulfill His will. And choose brotherhood over lust and not your lust over the brotherhood. You understand what I'm saying? Or the sisterhood as well. You understand what I'm saying? So with that, I pass special to priest and officer Sha'ol, you know what I'm saying, the water for the Most High in Christ. Allow me to hold the class down. I appreciate it. Brothers and sisters, if you're watching out there, please subscribe to ISPK Boston, ISPK Yonkers, Israelite headquarters, ISPK Connecticut, and all of the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge platforms. You know what I'm saying? We got the Midwest Fire Cookup coming up. Big up to all the brothers in the Midwest. Captain Mark Quad out there holding it down with the rest of the Agwadim and the Akim out there. You know what I'm saying? Please, y'all, check out the website, www.ispk.com. Pay your tithes. Stay close to the Most High God and cleave on to Him and hold on to Him. We live in the last days, baby. That's how it goes. With that, I say shalom.
Clap it up for the class.